Good afternoon. It is almost 4 o'clock. Welcome to Stampin' with Jen. Teach It Tuesday. Scrapbooking. It means Scrapbooking Trio with Patty, Tammy, and Jenny. I am the Jenny group part of the group. And let me find myself. I'm getting myself situated here so I can see comments. Let's see. There we go. Comments. Oh, there's my friend Tammy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Adjust the lights a little bit. Looks like we're doing good. Oh, I need to turn off the volume on my laptop so that I don't get echoes. So welcome. If I seem a little scattered, today is the first day. My job has gone full time, and today's the first day that I worked. Hi, Patty. I worked till 3 o'clock and I came home, had a quick snack, and was getting all of my finalizing of my stuff together to share with you about our scrapbooking fun that we're going to have today. And as you know, if you've watched Patty and Tammy's earlier today, we are sharing with you, hey Debbie, welcome. We are sharing with you using the Meant to Be the Meant to Be Scrapbooking Workshop Kit. We are sharing all about ourselves. Well, I couldn't narrow it all down, so I'm just sharing about my family with you guys today. There's so much in my life to share with you that I couldn't pack it all into 2 pages. So I will be sharing my family, and they're the ones that I'm most proud about and the most excited about. So I'm excited to share this with you. So we are using the Meant to Be Scrapbooking Kit, and Patty and Tammy have shown you layouts 1 and layouts 2, and I am doing layout 3. And the fun thing is, what we're doing is we're showing you how you can tweak this. If you get this, you can follow directions very easily and see exactly how the layout's supposed to go. But the idea also is to show you guys how you can tweak the layouts a little bit to fit with the photos you have and the number of photos you have. And I have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think 15 or 16 photos, if I'm counting correctly. And obviously I'm not going to fit those with the same layout that they have, because on the layout 3, they've only got 3 photos. I've got a lot more photos, and they're smaller photos. So I'm using the same general items, but I'm tweaking it just a little bit. And I'm going to show you my tip for journaling. I know they often say journaling, they love to have your handwriting, and your penmanship to look back on as well for preserving. But let me tell you something. If I was to handwrite my journaling, you might have my handwriting, but you wouldn't understand what the pictures are about. So I would rather share with you what the pictures are about and not have my handwriting. So I have typed everything up, and I've measured it out, and I have them so they can fit in. I too will be using flip-flops. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see, the first page will start with the start of our family, and I have everything stored in my, what do you call it? Page protector, I guess is what we'd call it. And I'm going to share these with you. I've got pictures in already, but we're going to move them around. So let's go ahead, and I will be using today the floral pattern that it's meant to be like a background as well, because it's got nothing on the back. It's a single-sided designer series pattern paper. I also have the Petunia Pop mini daisies with the pool party, I think it is, pool party on the stripe on the back. And then we have this fun swirly, along with in Pretty in Pink and Petunia Pop, along with Old Olive, that coordinates with the Old Olive background paper that I'll be using today. And then I'm also using the two-tone Pool Party, and some of this is cut exactly the same length and size that they have in the instructions. And if you're new and haven't seen one of ours before, let me show you what you can get in your instructions before I go on. I'm doing, again, layout 3. And if you go through these instructions, first thing, a fun thing is it gives you all the materials you need, including paper snips, paper trimmer, Stampin' Seal, right marker assortment for the Petunia Pop marker if you're going to use the marker for writing things, including, and then this scrapbook kit. And then on the inside, when you open up, it gives you a layout for cutting your paper for all 3 layouts. And as you can see, I'm layout 3. So if you look at these, like the bumblebee and the honeycomb, they have the letter numbers 2D. Well, that's for layout 2, piece letter D. This one is, you have 1 double A, 1 double B. I know there's a lot of squares in Patty's. It was in layout number 1. And then I have layout 3, and I'm going to be using the paper that is striped and it's got the mini daisies on it. And I've got the pattern cut. It says 3E and 3K. So these we know are all for layout number 3. And layout number 3 uses both sheets of the Old Olive and Petunia Pot Pretty Pink double-sided paper. And then we use some of these, and I've kept some of these to the same size, and then I've cut them down a little bit. And then let's see, I've also used the Pool Party cardstock, light and front back. And then I don't have these. You notice the Willow White cardstock is for layout number 1, but I have cut it down a little bit to use as a background on some of my journaling. So let's go ahead and get started. Put this off to the side here. And these are, let's go ahead and show. We're going to do here, this is my floral, and I'm going to put this on the dark olive side. I'm going to use this as my background here, and then I'm overlapping. Let's see what sizes. I didn't write the sizes down of these. This is 3.5 by probably 10 1/4. 3.5 by 10 1/4. And then I'm going to have my daisy, which I'm going to put sort of right here, sort of off to the side a little bit, sort of slightly overlapping, but we can still see the other floral. And this is also 3.5, but it is 8 1/4. So we're going to put that down. So let's go ahead and adhere that down first. And I like to use, for wiggle room, my Tombow glue. So we're going to put a little bit, just a little bit, doesn't need a lot, of Tombow glue in here. And we're going to put this right about there. And then we're going to overlap this just a little bit here. And I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm excited to share this with you, but I'll share this as soon as I get the paper. Let's overlap it a little bit right here. Perfect. And then, oh, I forgot, but we can add it. We'll just change it up a little bit. I had this over this design here, but you know what? We can layer it like this. No mistakes. You said I have this. You know what's funny? Debbie, somebody had that ruler and I loved it. And I thought, oh, I need to buy that. So I put it on my Amazon wish list for stuff. And then I was cleaning out a couple of cabinets of old school supplies that my kids had because they're now in college and out of college. And lo and behold, there was that ruler. I'm like, score. I didn't even have to, I obviously paid for it at some point, but I didn't have to pay for it now. So we're going to go ahead and lay this here. And I too love that ruler because I love how you can see the 16ths and it's very easy to see. All right, so let me share about my family. And what we're going to do is the first picture I'm going to share with you, because we're going to lay it down first, is, let's see. Oh my goodness. All right, folks. This was supposed to go here, and this was supposed to be for a mat here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down this mat real quick. Oh My Stars. Yep. What Oh My Stars what, Debbie? You're surprised by something. Okay, 6.5 by 4.5. I'm going to cut this down 6.5 by 4.5 real quick because I used the wrong piece. 4.5 by 6.5. I'm using my trusty trimmer off to the side here. And there we go. And we're going to layer this. Yes. Yeah, I found it in the cupboard or something. So I'm going to put this picture. This is a picture of my husband and I 30 years ago this past December. We were married in December of 1994. And the fun thing is that we dated long distance. We got married 1 year and a day exactly after we met. You know what? I'm going to use my Stampin' seal for this. So 1 year and a day. We met December 9th, 1993. And we were married December 10th, 1994. So we'll add this on here. And I've just taken my 4x6 of our wedding picture and layered it with a couple of pieces of the pool party, as well as I'm going to put this right up here. Let's see, maybe we'll put it right there. I'm not going to glue that part down yet because I want to glue the other ones down first. So let me share with you. We're also going to, here's a picture. We're going to move this over. This is when we were first dating in December of 1993, probably about a week before. When we met, I was renting a room from his parents and saving money to go away to school in Michigan. And he came home on leave. He was in the Army stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky. He came home on leave, and that's when we met. I walked in from having dinner with my mom, and he was sitting there with his parents, and they were playing a game. I can't remember if it was Rummy Cube or Uno, but they were playing something. And I sat down and I joined them to play, and we just had a great time. So we started dating about a couple weeks after that. And that's when we were dating. And then I have this picture of us in our very first Valentine's Day together. And we met up with some friends of his, and we spent the weekend in Nashville and had a great time eating at a fancy restaurant. I think it was called the 101st Airborne Club because the 101st Airborne Division is based out of Fort Campbell, Kentucky, which is where he was based. So it was a fun, fancy restaurant. And I'm going to put this on the cover once I put this down, and I'll put the flip flap. And this is where I'm using the flip flap. And what I'm going to do is I have typed up a little story that gives you a little information or shares our story. And I'm going to slip it in here. I put it in a 4x4 space. And I'm going to put it in our, on top of this one, so that when you open it up, you see when we were first dating and a couple months later in Nashville. And this tells you the story, a little bit of the story. The fun thing is that meeting him and then starting to date him, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm not still living in California. But we ended up being only about 8 hours away from each other, which was nice. It made it fun. It was great for visiting. We were able to visit each other rather quickly and easily. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share. We had, and it says in my journaling, it says, we are blessed beyond measure with 3 kids, Brian, Megan, and then our bonus daughter, Tara. And I have pictures of all of them here. And here is a picture of my husband with my daughter, Megan, and my son, Brian on, let's see if I can move this a little bit. You know what, I'm going to pull this out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. All right. And this is on my husband's Harley. And then I have 2 more pictures Another one of my son Brian and my daughter Megan when she was about, I want to say she was about 1.5 years old here, and that would make him close to 5. And that's in a flip flop as well. And then the picture on top is them just this past December. And this, as this notes on the journaling, it says Brian and Megan in 2004, and they're posing by the tree on the cabin. There's a tree up at the family cabin that every grandchild from little tiny, I have pictures of Megan when she was an infant and us holding her in the tree, pictures of the grandkids in this tree. And since my daughter moved to Texas and my son is no longer living with us, we've thought it would be great, since we had the two together up there at the cabin, that we'd get a picture of them in the family tree, or the tree. We're gonna put that there. And then here's a picture of our bonus daughter and my husband. She graduated from basic training in the Army back in 2021, and my husband was able to fly out there and be there for her on her graduation. So we're going to go ahead and attach these first pictures, and then I'll attach the flip-flops to it. So let's go ahead and attach this. We're going to put a little glue on the back. And attach that there, and then we'll put a little bit of Stampin' seal on the back of this, on the back here. Right here, we'll let some of our color, our fun paper peek out down there. Let's attach our journaling. Like I said, I journal with typing it up. I create a text box in my Microsoft Word, and then I type it in that text box, and you can determine the size of the text boxes. And that way I have, you can read, because if I was to write all that, first of all, it would take me 3 times as much space because I write big, and it wouldn't be real legible. So, that's why I like to journal by typing and printing it out. So we'll do that there. We're going to attach Eric and Tara over here. And this picture, I don't know if I mentioned it, but this picture of Eric and Tara was taken in October of 2021 when she graduated from basic training. And then shortly thereafter, she left for AIT, and she became a mechanic for the Apache helicopter. Takes a lot. No, Debbie, he doesn't have his Harley anymore. Actually, a few years later, he was actually in a accident. Somebody made a left turn in front of him and didn't see him, which is why I'm always doubly careful, triply, quadruply careful when I see motorcycles around, to make sure I know where they're at. And it was a total on the Harley, and thank God he wasn't injured too badly. He was off work for a couple of months, but he wasn't seriously, it could have been a lot worse than it was. But yeah, so, and then after that, he just never got one again because we just had so many other things going on, and he just wasn't driving it as much as he used to. So we're going to go ahead and put that right. I think I'm going to put that right about there. So, and now it's time to put this in, and I'll show you how we put on the flip-flops. So we're going to go ahead and now, you would think you'd just put the flip-flops here and everything would be fine, but if you did that and then you put it in the slip cover, it was, how long ago was it? It had to have been 12 to 13 years ago, I think. But back to the flip-flops, if we did that, then we wouldn't be able to open the flip-flops. So the flip-flops go on the outside of the page protector. So we're going to slip this in. Actually, I almost had that wrong because this is the left side, so I need it on this side. Always make sure too that you have your page going in on the right side. Yours got another one a few years ago, still rise it. Oh my goodness, 76 and still rides motorcycles. How awesome. How awesome. You know, it's funny is I always disliked motorcycles, but I was almost to the point where I was ready to get on the back of his motorcycle and go for a ride with him. And then the accident happened and it was like, oh, I was sort of bummed actually. But anyway, you want to make sure when you put your page in the page protector that you're putting it on the right side, whether it's on this, so it's on the right side of the 2-page layout or on the left side of the 2-page payout, because if you put it on the wrong side and then you put your protectors in, it's not easy to fix. So you have on your page protectors or the flip flaps, you have the pocket in the back with the tab with the adhesive on the top. And what you're going to do is you're going to fold that over so that is tucked over, and then you're going to lay this on top. Now when you pull the adhesive off, I'll do this, you're going to leave it flipped, you're going to keep it flipped over. See how I have it flipped over? You're going to have it flipped over, and then I'm going to stand up so I can line this up, and then we're going to just, I'm going to line it up so it covers that, and there is our journaling. And then afterwards we look at it, and there is us when we were dating, and us when we were dating our 31 years ago. And the funny thing is I was looking through, follow Jenny and Patty's instructions, not Tammy's with the flip-flops. Oh, Tammy, I haven't watched your video yet, so I'll have to see. But let me move this down. What was I saying about the flip-flops? I can't remember. Anyway, but this was when we were dating. Oh, what I was saying is that I was going through looking for pictures, and I found our pictures in a photo album that my grandmother made me for us to put these pictures, and it has all our wedding rehearsal pictures and everything. I actually have to move those over to scrapbooking now. But the fun thing is I found the Valentine's Day card that my husband gave me. So that Valentine's Day card is now 31 years old. But I found it. So, and I had just been thinking about it the other day. So there's that flip flap. And when I do the flip flap, I'll show you again on this flip flap. It's going to be the one of my kids. I'm going to keep the adhesive part on the top, and then you pull the sticker off, and then you fold it over. And then again, I stand up so I can line it up correctly, and you just place it over if you want it to cover directly. Now, Patty had one where she had it stepped, and because she had so many, and you could do that as well. And if that's the case, you'd have to watch Patty's to see how you're going to lay them down. So, oh, it's a cool story in Valentine. Yeah, it's fun. I was just thinking about that card the other day, and I was so excited when I found it. So, our kids, dating, and when we got married. And let's move on to the rest of our family. More pictures of the family. My second page of the thing, more, not just family, but our pets as well, because we all know that fur babies are our children as well. So let's go ahead and share this with you, and you guys get a sneak peek, as I'm sure you can see, with some of these pictures on what I'm going to share with you. So I just realized I didn't type up a little blurb about the fur babies, so I'll go ahead and have to change that. All right, so let's see. I'm going to put this one. I have this one here. It's going to sort of mirror, not mirror. It's going to be the same. The other one had this on the left. You know what I might do? I think I might move this one over to the right. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to move this one over to the right, and then we'll put this one here. And then I've got a couple other fun pieces here. I haven't decided where I'm going to put them yet. So let's go. The three of us certainly chose great photos too. I'm so glad. I can't wait to watch Patty's and Tammy's to see the photos they picked. So let me go ahead and adhere down these papers first. And I'll just use a little bit of paper, or a little bit of glue. And yep, that looks even. And we're, like I said, I switched it up a little bit. I moved it over this way, so we'll see how it lays out. All right. Put that there. And now, my family, I could say, you could almost say our family is definitely a hockey family, in the sense that well, my second date with my husband was a double date with his parents to go see the San Jose Sharks. So let's see, this is a picture of my family when, I think it was back in 2017, we went to the Sharks game to celebrate my daughter's birthday, and this was a picture we had taken there. We go when we can. It isn't as often as it used to be, one, because of schedules, and two, the prices have just gotten to be very expensive. Usually if we went as a family of 4, it's because we scored a really good deal on it. So we've got our San Jose Sharks picture, and we're definitely a hockey family. And then this is going to be the other picture, and this is our family, our daughter, bonus daughter Tara, our daughter Megan, my son Brian, me, and my husband, and my daughter's service dog Bo, who's now just the family pet. Let's see if I can move this down. I noticed it's a little bit out of the screen. All right, screenshot. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to put my journaling. Actually, you know what I might do? Yeah. I think I'm going to put my journaling on the inside. So we're going to do that. And where's my journaling for this one? It's one right here. And what I've done is I've cut several pieces of paper to frame this out. So let's go ahead and attach these. And I've matted it on some of the fun purple and petunia pop and pool party papers so that everything's coordinating. And this one, it said, our family is such a hockey family. We take in a game whenever we can. And we'll mat it there. So we do enjoy our hockey. And as you'll see, I don't have pictures of it here because, again, I just so many pictures. We have pictures of my son skating, learning to skate with the big buckets at the San Jose. It's now the Barracuda's rink. The Barracuda is the San Jose Sharks AHL team, farm team. So I'm going to place my journaling up here. And when we put it down, we'll put it there, and then we'll have that there, and you'll be able to lift it up and read about our pictures. So we're going to lay that one out right there. And then we are, like I said, we are a hockey family, and we are a sports family in general. I think I'm going to put this one right here. So we'll put this paper down here. Your friend still plays hockey. He is 82. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's great. They live in Indiana. Well, that's definitely a place to skate. I know my husband doesn't play hockey anymore. His knees were giving him problems. But my son still plays. And you'll see that in my journaling. But we're going to put a picture of my son. They won the state cup for his age bracket. How did I scrapbook without flip-flops? I don't know. I can't wait to go back to scrapbook because, to be perfectly honest, my scrapbooking, I used to scrapbook for my kids. And both of the kids, I started their scrapbooks, and both of them end at around the ages of 5 or 6 weeks. One's going to be 22 and the other one's 25. So I have a lot of catching up to do, but it's going to be easy to do now with these flip-flops. So we're going to put this one here, and that's my son with that. And then my daughter competed. Oh, and see, that's upside down. I had to double check. Always double check how you put your pictures in too. Because one will go right side up, and then the other one will be upside down. The one that's on the bottom of the flap, when you lift it up, will need to be put in upside down. And this is my daughter. She did competitive gymnastics from, I want to say, about second grade, third grade, up through her freshman year in high school, made it to the state championships for her level several years. And when she did another, that was when she was I can't remember the name of it. And then they had optionals, which when you first start gymnastics, it's more of everybody has the exact same routine. And then you get to optionals where you have different routines. And when she hit optionals, she made regionals and flew out to another. Yeah, always had to check your flip-flops down. Oh, Tammy, don't worry about it. It's a learning curve. So anyway, and then we were very active in sports. My husband coached for all of my son's hockey teams, whether it was recreational, travel roller hockey and travel ice hockey. And this is a picture of my son, his senior year in high school. Sort of a sad story in a way. My son's senior year in high school, he was chosen to be captain of the team. And my husband coached, and literally a week or two into the regular season, I think it was the week after he was named captain, he was hit and ended up tearing his ACL and MCL and was out for the rest of the season. However, he was there as a cheerleader and he helped spear the team on. He rooted them on. He went to every game anyway, even though he couldn't compete, and was a great support to them, and just a great sportsmanship. And this picture was taken after that injury, and I don't know how he was standing on that one, but he walked around. It was weird. He walked around a lot without with a brace on before he had surgery. So anyway, there's our sports. Again, you can see we're very geared towards hockey. Another thing in our family is our dogs. And this is Bo. And here's another picture of Bo. He was our daughter's service dog for a few years. And then she retired him. And he became our family pet. And you'll hear me talk about him every once in a while. Like maybe I'll be telling you, oh, I can't put my feet somewhere right now because he's underneath my desk. He likes to lay in the craft room with me. And before we had Bo, our first family pet was our sweet boy, Toby. He was a purebred black lab and the most gentlest soul and spirit I've ever seen. He was what they called bomb-proof. And when we rescued him at 4 years of age, and he truly was, they described him as being bomb-proof, and he was. Kids could crawl all over him. I have one friend whose son was later diagnosed with autism, but he would crawl into the crate with Toby, and Toby didn't bat an eye. It's the sweetest dog, not a mean bone in his body. So he was our sweet puppy, and we lost him in 2019. He was 14 years old. That boy lived forever. And we currently have our friend Bo, who is the cutest thing ever and puts up with a lot of shenanigans from my daughter. So, and then another thing to share with you about my family is my husband's career as a firefighter. This man is third generation fire. His grandfather on his mother's side and his dad were both firefighters. This is a picture of him he loves being on the wildland crew, which means when, like the LA fires recently, he went down and they didn't do the Palisades fire, but a team that he was working with that he relieved was at one of the Palisades, part of the Palisades. I think he was actually, Patty, I think they were at the fire in Altadena, Pasadena. So, but they ended up moving him down to southern in the San Diego area for another fire. He was at the Paradise Fire, and he was at the fire up in the Calder Fire up in Tahoe. He's been doing this for many years and really enjoys it. It's one of his favorite things about firefighting. And then this is a picture of us. My husband started working as a firefighter when my son was about 9 months old. And this was at a drill in Mountain View for his academy that he was doing. And we had this picture taken. And the reason it says 2000 on there is because we use this as a Christmas card. So I'm going to go ahead and put those on there. So we're going to put that there, put this here, put that here. We're going to attach all these pictures to our scrapbook page, and then we're going to accessorize it a little bit with some of our fun accessories that are in this packet. So let's go ahead and put this on. And this is just, this is fun sharing this with you guys, and this is just scratching the surface of our families. I know Patty, I started watching hers, and she shared a lot about a lot of her families growing up and everything, and this is just our immediate family now. I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of my family with my sister and Eric's family with his brother, and grandparents and great-grandparents and the such. So we're going to put that there. Now let's go ahead and add some of the accessories, the embellishments. I'm going to go ahead and use, let's see. You know what I was going to do? I was going to use Be Happy on one of the other ones, but maybe I'll use it here. We're going to go ahead and use this sticker for Be Happy right here. And maybe we'll put in a little bumblebee, just to make it cute right there. Be Happy. And then what I like, these are the stickers, and these are great. And I love these stickers. I can't wait to use them for cards. But this also came with it, and this is great because it's got punch outs of hearts or flowers. I'm sorry, flowers like this, and you have them in the two shades of, it's like the two-tone patterns of the cardstock here. It's Old Olive, light and dark, Pool Party, light and dark, Pretty and Pink, dark, dark and light, and Petunia Pop, dark and light. And we have pictures, and then you have those, and you also have hearts. And I think I'm going to pop out a heart or two, and maybe a couple of the flowers. I like the Pool Party, so we'll do that. And we'll put these on here. Let's see. No, you know what? I think I'm going to use just the hearts. I like the hearts. So let's do the Petunia Pop heart and the cute little Pretty and Pink heart. And I've got these put down. All right. All right. A little bit of glue there. All right. And no, I don't think I'm going to put the flowers on. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud. I'm not thinking out loud. Oh, let's get our, I need to get our journaling. I'm sorry, guys. This has been a long day. Hey, Sherry, welcome. All right, let's go ahead and put this onto my white willow. And it says, to say sports is a big part of our family. I was sharing with you a lot of sports in our family, very sports orientated. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that on. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know where I'm going to put this. I had this for here and I realized I put two pictures here. So I'll have to figure that out. I'll reprint, you know what I'll probably do? I'll probably reprint this and then I'll put it in right here. Oh, I wonder if I can, oh, look at that. Glue hasn't dried yet. You know what? If you're quick enough, it doesn't dry, you can take that off. So let's go ahead and put this right here. I just covered my hearts, but oh well. All right, we'll put that there from that, and then here is our journaling for the fire pictures. We'll put that. I'm going to put this offset. It's not going to be a perfect exact mat. I sort of like that, the offset here. We'll put that on here. So, let's see, Becky, the bee punch can be used just to make hearts as well. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't have the bee punch. So, all right, and then we're gonna go ahead and slip this in here so that when you flip it up, you can read about the firefighting aspect of our lives. And the fun thing is in about the end of this year, there's a good chance my husband will be retiring. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to be able to do after he retires from firefighting. All right, so we've got our families and our pictures and our dogs together. We're going to put this in the sleeve. All right, let's put this in so it's make sure it's facing the right direction. It's the right side of our layout. So we want to make sure that the parts to go into the photo album are on the left side, and then we're going to take this. Remember, with our flip flops, you're going to flip it over. You're going to pull the tab. Oh, and it sticks. And make sure, and I'm going to stand up so I can get this perfect. All right. And we'll do the same thing for our sports. All right. All right. Cover. There we go. And firefighting. I'm looking to see if I've missed any. If I've missed your comments, I apologize. I just got to yapping and creating and sharing stories, and all right. I'll go ahead and fold this over, and there we go. So here's my page. There's our family, visiting the sharks, our journaling for that, our firefighting and our journaling for firefighting. I'll have to pull it down so you guys can see. And there's our pooches, and I need to include a little journal down here. I'll have to do that later. And our sports themed family, sports center family. So there is, let me pull this back and I'll lift this a little bit and I'll change the light because it looks like it's glaring. So I'll move it a little bit. There we go. And let me share with you our page, my 2-page layout for our family, sharing you a little bit about me and my family. And I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed putting this together. Actually, the more and more I do this, the more and more I'm enjoying scrapbooking. And so I'm going to have to go upstairs and dig through things. But now that I've taken on a full-time job again, I will have to probably do more scrapbooking in the summertime. So Patty says, such great pages and loved hearing my stories. Thank you. I can't wait to watch your video and see all your pictures and hear your stories as well as Tammy's. Thank you for joining me, everybody. I will have pictures of these as well as links to this scrapbooking page and links to both Patty and Tammy's videos and their blogs on my blog tomorrow, so that you can see and connect and watch all of those and get all sorts of ideas. I hope we've inspired you. Thank you, Becky. I'm glad you think these are great pages, awesome pages. I hope we can inspire you to scrapbook some more and share your memories as we shared ours. And again, we are doing our scrapbooking trio, and we did Everyday Life back in January. We just did our Meant to Be today. Next week, Tammy, Patty, and I will all have cards, alternate cards, using leftovers from the scrapbooks. So join us for those. Watch our blogs for those, or Teach It Tuesday videos, lives for Tammy and I. Will be showing our cards. And then we will be doing the wildflower celebrations on April 29th. We're skipping March because of some product and was it on stage and a few other things going on. So we've decided to move it to the end of April. But I hope you join us then. And I'm looking forward to seeing if we can continue this. I think it's going to be fun to see what else Stampin' Up! Releases in their catalog, because the annual catalog is coming out. So I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that maybe they'll have more kits in the catalog, or in new releases, and that maybe we can keep doing the Scrapbooking Trio Teach It Tuesdays. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Debbie. I'm glad you thought they were great pages. I'll say have a good evening, and we'll see you next week for Teach It Tuesday, and check out our blogs for more details and to rewatch this. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.